Hello guys, this is Shar. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Now y'all, I am going to talk about last night's episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Mainly the Scotts, Kimmie, Maurice, and Kimmie's son, Jalen, and a little bit about Monster. I'm not even going to talk about Skeletor and Kenley Lee and Marquez. They're done as far as this episode, okay? They didn't even show Martell, so who the hell cares? And Miss Nail fighting for her life. You know, she got Kimmie and Tisha coming against her. I feel like she can hold her own, okay? Because their stuff is already out and open, how Fletcher cheated in the past and she left him and they got back together, yada, yada, yada. They have since had an anniversary. He gave her a 7-carat ring. What up? I mean, it's nothing to talk about with them. You know what I mean? They have been an open book to a degree. I mean, but do they have to be open about every single nook and cranny? The major part is that they have discussed the infidelity. Kimmie and Tisha cannot even, they can grasp it and they sense it and they know it, but they don't want to own up to it because it's going to make them look stupid. And I mean, we already knew that about Tisha, and we now know that about Kimmie. Kimmie as well. Kimmie knows, just like every woman knows, when their husband or boyfriend is doing something sneaky, out of pocket. You might not know who. You might not know. May not be able to pinpoint it to the exact day when they went somewhere or did this or did that. And some of us can't. Some of us can, but you definitely have an intuition. Same thing that Mel was saying, over and over again on different episodes or whatever. You have that woman's intuition, and they have it. Kimmie has it. Kimmie has had it multiple times, many times. She looks over it. He comes home. He gives her an explanation that she don't really believe, but she goes with because she ain't really got no proof. And you don't have no proof because you're not really looking for it. You're not really trying to find the proof because it's there. You're going to have to really do some work, like get your ass up, go follow them, get a private investigator, get some pictures going on, trail them. You'll find out that way. But she's not going to do that because she's not ready for it. Just like Tisha not ready for it. Tisha told everybody years ago, and God puts it in my lap when he's ready for me, and he don't let me know, he'll put it in my lap. So I guess that's Kimmie's motto too. God also gave women and people intuition too, like that, just that innate feeling. He also gives you that as well. But y'all overlook it. But anyway, so Kimmie, she's been through a lot. She came through the C word. God bless her on that. Thank God for that, right? No one wants her out of here or nothing like that. But we're going to talk about the hypocrisy. And the hypocrisy is that you wanted Maurice so bad that you stalked him at this barbershop years ago, dragging Jalen up there, probably was giving him a badass cut, whoever was cutting. I don't think it was Maurice, because I think the place was a place where Maurice got his haircut as well. So the people probably didn't even cut Jalen's hair properly, because Jalen looked like he got a little crazy little hairline or whatever. It kind of sit back a little bit, but yeah, she was making herself seen and known until he actually noticed her. You know what I mean? They dated and dated and dated and dated, and he finally married her ass. Okay, fine. When y'all get up in the house and Butterscotch, Maurice, Butterscotch sit up there and really didn't talk you into it. He told you like pretty much days or maybe weeks prior to him moving Kiowa and them down there, or better yet, he said that he wanted to move Monster down there with him, and really had to talk with Kiowa and not really Kimmie. Kimmie was after the fact. We all seen it happen on the episode where he was just full steam ahead with getting Monster down there. Didn't really discuss it with Kimmie. He told Kimmie about it in the final damn hour. The decisions had already been made between him and Kiowa. He just let her know, because at this point he gotta let her know because the boy coming to the house. He gave no fucks about telling Kimmie what time it was until the last damn minute. That's why she was out there on that damn porch in that rocking chair crying. Right? We remember that. So, fast forwarding, they are up in the house. The boy there, Monster, they are living their lives day to day. Maurice becomes a drill sergeant. Like Jalen has mentioned in next week's episode, a dictator. Because, he was getting his son up, Monster, getting him up at 5 and 6 in the morning, going outside, jogging and shit. And stuff. I guess this is some type of discipline and regimen and all this and that. I guess maybe because his father did it to them or something. I don't know. But his daily regimen, his being Monster, did not include housework. He would get Jalen to do it. Now, he may have gotten, Monster to do something sometimes or whatever. But for the most part, he was always asking Jalen. And it came out of Jalen's own mouth. Now, I remember when not too long after Monster had got there, I remember it was an episode where it was over at Maurice and Kimmie's house. And Kimmie was, complaining, sitting there talking to Maurice how she wants Monster to help with some of the housework or whatever. So, something not adding up. I don't know what happened. I guess when Kimmie tried to sit Maurice down to try to talk to him to have Monster, do some of the housework, maybe that is when Kimmie realized that Maurice wasn't really asking Monster to do no housework, just asking her son. Or Kimmie just ignored it and looked over it and just, realized we're going to start getting Monster to do housework, whatever, now that he's here. And Maurice was like, you know what? I'm going to have Jalen pick up the slack and start doing more of the housework. That way, everything that Kimmie wants done, I'll get Jalen to do it. That way, she won't be so pressed for Monster to do the stuff, because I want Monster to focus on his studies and focus on his sports techniques and things like that, so he can get on these teams in high school and possibly get a scholarship to college. That's what Maurice pretty much wanted Monster to focus on. And we ended up seeing that Monster did get on some high school teams. I think he got on the football team. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he also ended up getting on the basketball team. If it wasn't both, it was definitely football, because we've seen him in his football jerseys with the pictures numerous times, right? So I'm thinking that because Kimmie initially wanted the boys to, do housework, share it, divvy it up, balance it out. In Maurice's head, he was like, you know what, I'll get Jalen to do it. Every time she needs something done, I'll just go to Jalen, have him do it. That way she can get off Monster back. Monster can focus on his studies or focus on his sports. What do y'all think? Because that's what I'm thinking. And it's like, how dare this butterscotch ex-addicted son of a so-and-so, literally son of a so-and-so, because they're getting a lot of how they are from their dad. That's what I believe. Son of a so-and-so gonna sit up here and make it where you going to my son and asking my son to do housework all the time, with not asking your son to do nothing. So Kimmie might have felt away and trying to save face and keep the peace by not really saying nothing, but you needed to support him more during this time when this was happening. Even if you had to pick up the slack and do the housework, You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't have allowed your son to do all the housework, whatever it was, dishes, laundry, the grass, cutting it, you know what I'm saying? Raking of the leaves, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, even if you had to chip in and do some of the stuff until you was able to get your husband to come around to getting his son to do it. Something's got to give. Otherwise, the son is going to resent you, Kimmie, the mother. Now, it doesn't sound like, at least not so far, we'll see next week, and they may not get this deep, but it doesn't sound like Jalen is holding anything against his mom. It sounds like he's taking root with Maurice. And obviously, it happened long enough. It happened long enough for this man, because he's a man now, to feel away. And, you know, back in the day, he was too young. He was too young to kind of maybe feel comfortable with standing up for himself and saying anything or whatever. But hell, I guess now he says, I'm older. You know, I felt the way and I'm going to mention it. And not only am I going to mention it, I am going to put it out there that I did not see you, Maurice, as a father figure. I felt like you was just a homie or big brother. Gut punch. Because he knows, you know, this man was acting father, right? He knows that. And so he's saying that pretty much to hurt him. I mean, honestly, that's probably how he honestly feels. But he also is voicing that because he knows that will bother him. And he wanted it to get back to him, and it did. Because Marceau definitely scurried on over there at dinner to tell him and let him know. So, yeah, that's what Maurice gets. You know, Maurice needs to check himself. He has this complex where he thinks he's God or the smartest man on the planet. He always want to get these long, drawn-out things. Istad, you're starting to piss people off. You're starting to push people away. Your wife don't like it. Your stepson didn't like it. Your damn son don't like it. Nobody likes it. You're just talking here yourself talk. Wah, 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 wah. Nobody think you smarter, better, nothing. Yeah, Maurice is pathetic. He is pathetic in his own way. Marceau is still, I don't know though, y'all. I was getting ready to say Marceau is still worse, but I don't know. Yeah, Marceau still might be worse with how he treats Tisha, but Maurice treats Kimmie bad as well. It's just in a different way. Maurice is a little bit more subtle with it. That's all. Whereas Marceau is not as subtle, and he says his little digs, and you know what I mean. He's more visual with it. Where Maurice is a little bit more subtle with it, but they both treat their wives like ish, right or wrong. This episode was a little bit better than last week, but it wasn't crap either. But it's revealing. It's revealing. The son, Kimmie's son, has come forward and said that, you know, this man made him feel like a damn slave in his own house. The house that he shared with his mother and his stepfather and brother. He felt like Monster was the golden child. Because, again, Maurice was probably letting it be known that he wants Monster to focus on his studies and his skill sets for his sports, you know, because he wants him to go to college and get on the team and and get a scholarship. Yeah. Meantime, between time, you asking Jalen to go do laundry and go do grass and paint the house, clean the baseboards or whatever the hell he had him doing. And Kimmie, yes. You fumbled again. You fumbled because you didn't step up enough. You didn't say enough, in my opinion. And we don't know. We weren't there, right? And then when Maurice was telling Marceau was telling Maurice about it, Kimmie was like, damn, just like Tisha. But Tisha, that's not Tisha's son. Kimmie seemed like she was just in awe like everybody else. Damn. Really, Kimmie? You don't know, or you can't sense when something's bothering your child. I mean, I have a son as well. I know I might not know what's bothering him, but you can always tell when something's bothering your child. So yeah, I don't know if she tried to, have a blind eye or what, y'all. Y'all let me know. Drop down in the comments. I do talk back. Like the video, subscribe, and until next time, guys. Ciao.